Hey everybody, welcome to a brand new edition of the J&J Toy Giants YouTube channel toy unboxing. I am your host JD. We're going to be going over some more awesome figures that we're going to be unboxing. We're going to show you in just a moment. For those of you that are just joining us for the very first time, thank you so very much for taking the time out of your busy days to take a look at little old us. Be sure to check out our playlist for any other toy unboxings, toy hunts, Funko Pop reviews, and such. Much more. And enjoy yourself. So let's get to this edition of the toy unboxing. See what we got coming up next. Yes, my friends, we're going to be going over some awesome figures from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Pizza Tossin line. This particular one is none other than the leader of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Pizza Tossin Leo. And we also are going to be going over the lean green fighting machine, and the most sarcastic one of them all is Raphael Pizza Tossin Raph. These are Walmart exclusives that have just been released not too long ago. And we're also going to be going over a specific figure that's not part of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Pizza Tossin line, but is still under the TMNT line. And finally, that particular figure is going to be the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles storage line. These were also one of the other gimmicks that the line from Playmates would do back in the day, and not only with the Pizza Tossin, but with the storage shells. So we're going to go over that into detail as to what it is that it does. Alright, so the first one we're going to go over is the storage shell Leonardo, and this is a Walmart exclusive, as I mentioned before. With any of these turtle lines, they are, with the exception of the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the Super 7 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And this was an idea that was back in the day after the first few lines of the actual turtles themselves. As you can see real quick, this is it's still a re-release, but this is the original one that came out, what they look like from the original line. And obviously you can tell there's a little difference here. His belt is now colored. He doesn't have the straps like the original one. After the first few lines, specifically when these came out, Playmates had pretty much like a genie in the bottle, really. And they wanted to basically capitalize, because at that point in time, the series had come out. I think they were in the process of doing the actual live action movie, and they wanted to keep churning out figures so the kids would still buy them. And so they came up with different gimmicks, and I'm sure they're going to come out with other ones in the future to re-release them, because why not? You know what I mean? Like, if you can get the re-release and not worry about, spending a whole lot of money on the original ones, although for really collectors that basically are getting every single one regardless. I forget what the name of what they call it. That would be the word completist. So if you're not a completist, then you can worry about, or don't have to worry about, buying the original one, and you can get the ones that are re-released. They're basically the same thing. Playmates, I would assume, still had the molds after all these years. They had the molds to them, so they could just re-release them like so. But with this particular type of gimmick, is you would open the shell up like so, and you can actually stick the actual weapons that comes with a little pizza, kind of a ninja star, an actual shuriken. And I do apologize, I had a really bad hangnail, so if that's a little gross, I apologize. But it was pretty gnarly. And some spikes that they basically put on their hands, and a kind of like a billy club, but it looks like an actual porcupine, kind of, sort of. Almost kind of looks like a rat mixed with a porcupine. So, but basically you can put these in the back here. Oh. So the shuriken will go back here like so, and you can put in some of the stuff in the back here, and voila. So there we go. So pretty much you got everything ready to go here with this particular figure, and then you can take them out and I have his katanas in here just so that I can display them like that. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty easy type of a gimmick, so to speak. And when I say gimmick, that basically is pretty much what it is. It's a gimmick. It's basically something like different than what they had before, and they look, like I said, almost similar. He's got a little bit more of a gnarly look on his mouth, like he's gritting his teeth a lot more. A little bit more menacing, if you will, but the belts are different, so you can pretty much distinguish the two and not get them mixed up. So that is what they were going for. I didn't have this particular type back in the day. I just had the regular ones, and at that point in time, there were so many. Like, literally, if you go onto any like eBay or even Google it, look at some of the images of the lines back in the day, whether they're now or before. They're pretty much the same, but there were a lot of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures, because Playmates, that was actually one of the biggest properties that they had. So of course they're gonna milk the cow and for what it's worth and get as much money as they could out of the line, because that's how they're gonna make money. And so they did certain things to kind of make them different between each other. So that's one of the reasons why you have this storage shell, or that's the reason why they look like a football player. And I'm assuming you could bet my bottom dollar that they're going to come out with this as a re-release as well. I can already see it. If it's anything like they've been doing before, I mean, obviously they came out with the pizza Tossin ones and the storage cell ones, so why not these? You know what I mean? We shall see. I would imagine they're going to do that. If they don't, then that's kind of like they're basically throwing away money, because people like myself are going to get these types of figures because we love the line and we want to basically kind of reminisce of our childhood. So you can pretty much introduce a newer generation to these figures that a lot of us had back in the day, and it also appeals to the retro people like myself that want to have these types of figures. And after a while, there was a kind of like a slow period of 2022 and early 2023 where there wasn't really any newer figures coming out. Like, I would go to Walmart and I would see like empty shelves, or the same stuff that they've been selling from the 2020 through 2021. But I will still need the shredder. I don't know, do I have the original shredder? I have the NECA one, and I have Super Shredder from the Playmates, but I don't have the shredder from the re-release, so that's something that I'm still on the hunt for right now. If you guys watch the show and watch the channel and you have a shredder, that's either mint in box or really minty, that's loose, that you want to sell me, slip into the DMs. I'm always up to listening to people. So that is Leonardo with the storage shell. So let's go to the next one. So finally, we're going to be going over the two Pizza Tossin Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles action figures. Again, Walmart exclusives by Playmates. And so this was a kind of like a way for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to have some type of a projectile type figure. So basically they come with 6 pizzas, okay? And I'll show you how it works. So basically, and it's the same with all of the turtles, but they just have different types of weapons. So basically you take the pizza, and there's a little area in the back where you put the pizza in. All right. And so the way that it's set up is basically you extend the arm out, and that pizza just flew. So you extend the arm out on both, and then there we go. There goes the pizza. Comes with 6. Oh, there it goes. So basically, that's how it works with these particular figures. They do have like a little pouch here, and I'm assuming that's basically where you can put the pizzas, just to kind of hold them. But I tried, and basically they all fell out. So it doesn't really serve its purpose as far as like what it's supposed to do. But essentially, these are a little bit more goofy. I would say that's the best word I can describe. Where obviously they looked a little bit like strung out on something. They're not as the same scale as even the storage shell one. They're not scaled like the other ones or the regular retro ones. As you can see here, they're a little bit bigger. And at that point in time, I mean, it's really just for the basis of that they needed to have it big enough so that they could store a certain amount of pizzas so that they can shoot them out. Now, these turtles have their own type of weapons. Like in this case, Raphael has like a little, almost kind of like he's in a submarine, and he has that little periscope to see where he's going to shoot it out. They already came, specifically with Raphael, came already with stickers that says caution, hot oven, 450,000 degrees. Even it says a pizza oven on the top. It says Metro Works, which has nothing to do with the turtles. I don't think Metro Works was even mentioned in the cartoon, but you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. But with the Leonardo, he still has some sort of a sword and his little sewer gun, but he doesn't have any stickers specifically on his oven. It's just a regular pizza, and he's got his tongue hanging out, where I would probably figure that would be on Mikey rather than Leonardo. But then Raphael is pretty much almost like a submarine, and so it does allow you to be able to open these up a little bit. If you really needed to get the pizzas out, you can unscrew the back here. Both the storage shell and these pizza Tossin figures all have C-grip hands. As I mentioned, they're basically C-grip like this, so you can put their weapons there. Now, they don't come with any other hands or anything like that, just their weapons. And it's pretty easy to figure out after looking at the instructions. I thought you had to squeeze it in order to be able to have them shoot out, but you basically just extend the right arm out, and then the pizzas, they hold all 6 inside. And so that's pretty much what their whole premise is that's the basis of why they made this particular figure. And you can use these to kind of knock people off, on certain perches. I certainly don't have the room to kind of like test that theory. Maybe I'll probably do that on a live video, maybe on YouTube or maybe TikTok, to see if this has enough oomph to knock, the turtles off of like maybe a step or something like that. Once it's actually a lot warmer. Right now it's in March, at the time of this recording, the beginning of March, and it's snowing pretty bad outside in New York. So I woke up early this morning. I was sick. You can probably tell my voice wasn't feeling well, but you gotta shovel those driveways. You know what I mean? So we're probably gonna have to go do a lot more shoveling later on tonight, because it's supposed to go up until 7 o'clock tonight, and looks like it's sticking. So whatever I did this morning didn't really do much. So, but that's not what you're here to talk about, snow and shoveling, but you're here to talk about or watch about figures. So pretty much that is what these figures do. I do really like the fact that they actually are individually colored, just like they do with the original retro figures. They have their own specific shade of green, so you can tell them apart. Not that the color actually does it pretty much, you can tell them apart already, but you already know. You can still see their L and the R as far as like the name or the letters that start with their name. But I really like these. I never had these as a kid. I did know people that did have these. And as a kid, you can always bring all your toys, or I used to do it with my friends when I was a kid, bring all your toys and just have like a mega battle at somebody's house and stuff like that. So I'm not sure if they do that now, because a lot of kids really don't play with toys as far as I can see. But I would totally bring my figures over to a friend's house and start playing like we were little kids again. But yeah, it's definitely a big or awesome addition to my collection. I'm going to have to figure out I'm going to be able to fit these into the shelves that I already have. So that is going to be next after I'm done editing. But thank you so very much, guys, for being with us in this edition of the J&J Toy Giants toy unboxing with the pizza Tossin Ninja Turtles and the shell storing Ninja Turtle. And be sure to like and subscribe and comment on any of our video submissions. Make sure you share and you hit that subscribe button. Thank you so very much. Keep on cruising. Stay safe, y'all. And that does it for this edition of the J&J Toy Giants YouTube channel toy unboxing. Again, I'm your host, JD. Be sure to like and subscribe and also hit that notification bell so you'll be notified for any new videos that have come out with J&J Toy Giants. Thank you so very much for you guys. Be safe. We'll see you next time. Keep on cruising.